Vice President Joe Biden is getting a whole lot more than he bargained for on his tour of East Asia this week. A trip originally meant to focus on trade and economic issues has taken on a new focus.
The prospect for miscalculation mistake is too high.
Biden was referring to China's recent decision to set up an air defense zone over a group of disputed islands in the East China Sea. Japan controls them, but China claims them as well. China announced last week any aircraft entering the zone must first notify Chinese authorities. In the past, Washington has been reluctant to take a position on these islands, but the State Department has now made clear it won't recognize the zone as China's. Though the U.S. insists they were pre-planned military exercises, 2 unarmed U.S. B-52s flew through the zone last week. On the other hand, U.S. airlines have reportedly been advised to comply with the Chinese regulations, which didn't go over well in Japan, as officials there had already told their airlines to ignore China's airspace. The New York Times reports that was viewed by some in Japan as a mixed message. Japanese newspapers began worrying about allies no longer walking in lockstep. Still, the U.S. has made clear it's taking Japan's side in this, fearing China's move demonstrates a strategy to exert influence in the region. The Heritage Foundation's Bruce Klinger told the Christian Science Monitor a major piece of Biden's trip will be to reassure our allies about U.S. relevance, U.S. influence, and U.S. support in response to these threats. The next stop on Biden's 6-day trip is a visit with South Korean President Park Geun-hye in Seoul. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn, multiple sources, a broader view.